Okay, hello everyone, guys. Hello everyone. How are you all? Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Afreen, and I welcome you all to today's session. So today we are going to discuss Unit 19 PPB Module B, that is Grievance Readdressal and RBI Integrated Ombudsman Scheme. So this is Unit 19 Module B PPB. So let's start. I think this is Module A, not B. Sorry for the mistake. This is Module A, not B. Okay. So let's start discussing this chapter. Okay. So the very first thing is model policy on grievance readdressal. So you all know that a customer need to be addressed carefully in the bank or in any premises. If we talk about the grievance readdressal policies, if any customer is going through any grievances, if any customer is going through any complaints, a bank or an institution need to take care of this grievance readdressal as soon as possible, right? So there are grievance readdressal model policy which are based on different principles. Now, what are these principles? First of all, if we talk about the first thing, the customer will be treated fairly at all times. The very first thing is, the very first principle which is to be noted is that a customer should be treated fairly at all times. Complaints should be raised by the customer and it will be dealt with courtesy and all times. So whatever the complaint the customer is actually telling in the bank, it should be dealt with courtesy and it should be dealt in time. Customers should be informed of the avenues to escalate their complaint and grievances within the organization, and their rights to alternative remedy is if not fully satisfied. Okay, it means that if the customer is not satisfied with the counter staff, or if the customer complaint is not handled carefully at the initial level, then a customer need to know how to escalate this method if they are not fully satisfied. Okay, what are the procedure to escalate these method? Then the bank should treat all the complaints efficiently and fairly. Last, the customer will employees will work in a good faith and without any prejudice to the interest of the consumer, right? So this is the principles. These are some principles on which the grievance readdressal policy should be based on, right? Now, next, if we talk about internal machinery of how to handle customer complaint and grievances. So there are a lot of internal machineries, there are a lot of internal mechanism that how to deal with the customer complaint and grievances, right? In which there is a first thing, I'm just giving you a short overview, and that is the principal nodal officer. See, principal nodal officer is very important. So every bank is required, or every bank is required to maintain or appoint a principal nodal officer under the ombudsman scheme, and that should be not below the rank of general manager. So whatever the rank of general manager, the principal nodal officer should be equivalent to the rank of general manager. The name and address of the principal nodal officer, this should be forwarded to the chief general manager, customer education and the protection department and Reserve Bank of India. So these are the principal nodal officer. The bank should or the bank are required to appoint a principal nodal officer, and that should be equivalent to the post of the general manager. The name and address of the principal nodal officer, this may be forwarded to the chief general manager, customer education and protection department, and RBI. Contact details of the principal nodal officer need to be prominently displayed in the portal. So whatever the contact detail of this principal nodal officer, this should be displayed in the portal. Okay, and why it should be displayed on the portal? So that whoever is the customer who is aggrieved and not satisfied with the bank services can approach for the sense of satisfaction that she is attended at a senior level. Because see, this principal nodal officer, the post of principal nodal officer is equivalent to the post of the general manager. Clear? Everyone, guys, clear? So just please like and share the video. Whoever is watching this session, it's a request that you have to please like and share the video to the maximum you can. Okay, now next, If we talk about CCSO, very important things, right? This CCSO, again, this is a very important thing. So Chief Customer Service Officer. Okay, so with a view to boost the further quality of the customer services and ensure that there should be an undivided attention to the resolution of customer complaints in the bank. In May 2025, RBI has advised some few banks that they should appoint an internal ombudsman. They should appoint an internal ombudsman, which is known as Chief Customer Service Officer. So, first of all, the very important thing is Chief Customer Service Officer, CCSO. The CCSO is also known as the internal ombudsman, right? So the few banks were advised in 2015 that RBI has advised few banks in 2015 that you have to appoint a CCSO, Chief Customer Service Officer, which is like an internal ombudsman to the bank. And this is for what? Obviously, this is to improve the quality of customer services. This is actually for what? To improve the quality of customer services, right? Now, the person should not have worked in the bank in which she or he is appointed as CCSO. So this is very important. For example, that I am working in PNB currently, so I cannot be appointed as a CCSO for that bank today and even after tomorrow. So a person should not have worked in this bank or in that bank before appointing as a CCSO for that bank. Okay, so these are very important two things. So these two posts are, first of all, the principal nodal officer post, and second post, again a very important post, that is the chief customer service officer. And CCSO, this is also known as what? Internal ombudsman. This is also known as what? Internal ombudsman, right? Now, if we are going to discuss the RBI Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2021, so this is the integrated scheme. Why it is known as integrated scheme? What are the concept under this scheme? Now we have to discuss it completely. First of all, there was three schemes which was working. There were three schemes which were working. First of all, the ombudsman scheme for non-banking financial company. Second scheme was the ombuds. The first scheme was very common, the banking ombudsman scheme 1995. The Banking Ombudsman Scheme 1995 was the very first scheme which was working. Second scheme was the Ombudsman Scheme for Non-Official Financial Companies, NBFCs. The Ombudsman Scheme for NBFCs, it was started in 2018. And the third scheme was Ombudsman Scheme for Digital Transaction, and that started in 2019. Okay, so these were the three schemes for different type of consumers. Like the NBFC scheme is for the larger NBFCs to handle the grievance of the customer which are related to the larger NBFCs. There was second schemes which was related to the digital transaction. There was the first scheme which was related to the banking ombudsman scheme. So these were the three different schemes which was working, right? Now these three schemes were integrated into one scheme which is known as the ombudsman scheme. The Reserve Bank of India Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2021, and it was all to cover the regulated entities by RBI. It was actually to cover all the regulated entities by Reserve Bank of India. So it was the RBI Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2021. Okay. Now, what is process of complaining under this scheme? If we talk about the screening scrutiny process, what are the process of complaining, right? So first of all, there is a CRPC. If we talk about in this RBI integrated ombudsman scheme, there is CRPC, Central Reserve Processing Center, which is in Chandigarh, and all the process, all complaints which are dealt or which are to be dealt by the ombudsman, this is first to be received in CRPC Chandigarh. Okay, this is the point of receiving the complaint, CRPC Chandigarh, right? Now, based on the preliminary scrutiny. Means the first thing is CRPC has the right to reject and accept the complaint as the very first instance. After receiving the complaint, they analyze the complaint, and if the complaint is the valid one, they forward this complaint to the ombudsman. Okay. Now, what are these complaints which are valid? First of all, their scrutiny has been done by CRPC Chandigarh. The first is the complaints which are not valid. The first is the complaint which are not valid. So the complaint which is offering suggestions, seeking guidance or explanation, the complaints which are offering suggestion or they are seeking guidance or explanation, they are not valid. Okay, and they are closed at the very first step. They are not valid and they are closed at the very first step, right? Second, complaints which are not maintainable. Okay, so there are complaints which are not based on a permitted grounds, either they are separated and these are advised accordingly. Now there is a valid complaint, means which are actually in the form of complaint and maintainable, means which are under the scope of management of ombudsman. Now these complaints find to be valid and these are maintainable and these are assigned to the concerned ombudsman for the further examination, right? Now, when the concerned regulated entity on receiving the complaint from CRPC, it's required to file with the concerned ombudsman along with the copy of document, and that should be filed within 15 days of receiving the complaint. That should be filed within 15 days of claiming, right? So this is the RBI Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2021, the CRPC Chandigarh. Now, what are the awards that can be given under this scheme, who have actually started this? So what can be the award that can be given under this scheme? So the award, first of all, the direction to the regulated entity for a specific performance. For example, this there is some aggrieved person, he has gone to the ombudsman. Now this aggrieved person is of some bank, right? So this ombudsman can direct to the bank that you have to do something for this customer, like there is some special act or performance that you have to do. For example, if there is certain file which is not cleared, so you have to clear that file immediately. So these are the certain type of instruction that can be given by the ombudsman to the regulated entity for having some performance with that aggrieved customer, right? Now second thing is the amount compensation. Maybe the ombudsman can ask for the regulated entity that you have to compensate on this scenario. So the compensation can be the amount can be paid by the regulated entity to the complainant as the compensation for the loss suffered. Now, how this compensation, if we talk about this compensation, the compensation has different limit. First of all, it can be the actual amount which is involved in the dispute. It can be what? It can be the actual amount which is involved in that dispute without any ceiling. If there is some consequential loss, either by the direct act or the indirect act of the bank. Now, this can be the extent of actual loss with a ceiling of 20 lakh. For example, the loss is of 50 lakh. So the whole 50 lakh is compensated by the ombudsman, right? So it is comes with a ceiling of 20 lakh. Actual amount or the ceiling of compensation, actual amount or the ceiling of compensation, whichever is what, actual amount or the ceiling of compensation, whichever is lower, right? Third, compensation for the loss of time, expenses incurred, harassment, mental anguish suffered, up to the ceiling of rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so these were the awards that was given by ombudsman. Clear? Now next, if we talk about the rejection of the complaint, if we talk about the rejection of complaint, so yes, ombudsman has the right to reject the complaint if any of the complaint is any of these, under any of these circumstances. First of all, if there is no deficiency in the services. First, the complaint there is no deficiency in the services. Second, the compensation sought for the consequential loss which is beyond the power of ombudsman, because you know that the consequential loss, the ombudsman have the power to compensate with a ceiling of rupees 20 lakhs. Ombudsman ombudsman can reject the complaint if they think that, okay, in this scenario, the compensation should be the fullest, but they have the limit of 20 lakh in ceiling. Complaint is not pursued by the complainant with the reasonable diligence. There is no reasonable diligence while complaining about the regulated entity. The complaint is without any sufficient cause. Maybe there is a complaint which is without any sufficient cause, so these complaints should be rejected at once. The complaint requires a elaborate document or oral evidence. Or last, if in the opinion of ombudsman there is no financial loss or damage or inconvenience caused to the complainant. So these are the a situation in which the ombudsman can do what? The ombudsman can reject the complaint of the complainant. Clear? Now, let's start discussing some of the practice question. Everyone, just please like and share the video to the maximum you can. Everyone, whoever is joined this session, whoever has joined this session, it's a request, guys, that please like and share this video to the maximum you can. Okay. Now, let's start discussing the very first thing, that Dash act as an internal ombudsman of a bank. Everyone, please answer this question. Dash act as a internal ombudsman of a bank. This is chief compliance officer. This is chief customer service officer. This is chief risk officer or head internal audit. Dash act as a internal ombudsman of a bank. Everyone, please answer this question. Internal ombudsman of a bank. So if we talk about the internal ombudsman of the bank, who act as an internal ombudsman, it is CCS or Chief Customer Service Officer. They act as an internal ombudsman of the bank. Second, bank is required to have a principal nodal officer at the dash. Bank are required to have a principal nodal officer at dash branches, regional offices, zonal offices, or head offices. Bank are required to have the principal nodal officer at dash branches, regional offices, zonal offices, or head office. Everyone, please answer this question. Bank are required to have a principal nodal officer at what? At each of the branches. The correct answer is A, right? At each of the branches. Next, which of these modes of complaint to a bank will be not adequate for filing a complaint with the ombudsman? Dropping in the complaint box through email to the specified ID, submitted at the branch with acknowledgement, or through website on the link specified. Which of the following these modes will not be adequate for filing the complaint? Not adequate for filing the complaint. Everyone, please answer this question. Which of the following these modes is not adequate for filing the complaint? Dropping in the complaint box, email, submitting at the branch with acknowledgement, or through website on the link specified. Everyone, please answer this question. So the correct answer is what? So if we talk about the correct answer is yes, A. Dropping in the complaint box. The correct answer is dropping in the complaint box. Which of these modes of the bank will not be adequate for filing a complaint with the ombudsman? It's the dropping in the complaint box. So A is the correct answer. Clear? Everyone? Yes or no? Okay, so this is it. I hope that you have all understood this chapter completely. So this is actually the most important part related to this chapter. I have not here explained each and everything. I have not explained each and everything for buying. So if I'm just telling you, if you have to learn this chapter completely, there is the new two batches which we have started recently. It is the foundation 2.0 batch, and the new is the DBF selection batch which we have started. Okay, so these are the two new batches, okay, which we have started. Sorry, first. Okay, so these are the two new batches which we have started recently, the DBF selection batch what happened. And the foundation batch. Now you have to do what? You have to just buy this JIP Super Elite all-in-one subscription. So if you are going to buy this JIP Super Elite all-in-one subscription, you will get access of each and every batch under this JIP all-in-one Super Elite subscription. This is subscription for 12 months. This is a subscription for complete 12 months, right? Now in this 12 month you are going to have all these things. There are live classes, tests, chapter wise notes, previous cycle papers, special session, case studies, doubt clearing session, downloadable class PDF, everything you are getting under this subscription, right? Now uh, if you are going to buy this subscription, these are the all the batches that you are going to get under this JIB all-in-one super elite subscription. There is a foundation batch in a what English medium. There is a foundation batch in English medium, DBF selection batch in bilingual and the Hindi English medium, foundation batch 2.0 in English and bilingual medium, IEIFS master batches for PPB and IEIFS, both in English medium as well as in English medium. There is AFM and RBWN batches. So these are all the batches which you are going to get if you are going to buy the GIP Super Elite all-in-one subscription. And there is a very good discount, flat 48% discount that is going on the JIP Super Elite all-in-one subscription. If you are going to use this code when, if you are going to use this code when, you will get flat 48% on JIP Super Elite all-in-one subscription. All you have to do is just to download this app. Just please download this app, okay, and just select the JIP all-in-one Super Elite subscription, right? So thank you so much. I hope that you have all enjoyed this session. If you have all enjoyed this session, just please like and share the video to the maximum you can. Okay, just please like and share the video to the maximum you can. And if you haven't subscribed this channel yet, if you haven't subscribed this channel yet, it's a request, guys, because this is a new channel and this channel started that so that we all just for that those students who are only comfortable in English medium, I request all of you to just please join this session, okay? And just please subscribe this channel and press the bell notification icon and share as much as you can, right? So thank you so much. I hope that you have all understood this thing. Thank you. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. Meet you in the next class. Till then, take care, everyone. Bye bye, guys. Thank you. Take care, everyone. Bye.